Hello YouTubers, this is Angela Logan with Everyday Shenanigans. Today I bring you a very somber story deriving out of Oxford, Alabama. As most of you know, two twin children, 11-month-old twins, were found in a car in Oxford, Alabama at the Sonny King Honda dealership in Oxford, Alabama. They were left in the car, a personal car of the father, who obviously worked at the dealership. I'm assuming he worked at the dealership. They were found inside of the car. It was a boy and a girl, 11 months old. The 11-month-old girl is okay, but unfortunately, the brother died once both have been taken to the hospital. It was 90 degrees that day. Temperatures reached a very warm temperature. So one has to ask themselves, why were these children left in the car? The children were found about noon, and as I stated, rushed to the emergency room where one of the children, the boy, twin, did pass away from heat injuries. And it is a sad, sad, sad tale. But I'm going to give you a comment that was made, and this article is deriving from the New York Post. It is saying that Pat Brown, who is the coroner that I guess obviously did the autopsy, made a statement that from her observation is that it was an apparent accident. I'm going to get back to that comment in just a second. I'm going to give you some statistics, and then I'm going to go ham, because you know that I will on this story anyway. It is stated from a statistic I got from an article that 44 children have died in vehicle heat stroke incidents this year, 2019, and that 39 heat stroke incidents have taken place, or every 9 days a child was found from a heat stroke or incident in a vehicle. Okay, now here we go. What the hell are you doing leaving your child in a car? How you gonna say you forgot your child? Because see, I know how this story is gonna go. He's gonna say that he forgot that he left two children in his car, in the back seat of his car. Two 11-month-old babies you've left in the back seat, two twins, boy and a girl. Come on with all that. Now, usually we always hear the story that a woman left the children in the car. She forgot. Okay, let's keep it 100. 9 times out of 10, he had a wife, a girlfriend, baby mama, okay? And somebody made the decision to let you, the male, take the children with you to what? School or daycare? Ding! Okay. So how could you forget that you got two children in the back that you need to take to a daycare, nursery? Because considering that the children were found at 12 o'clock noon, that means 9 times out of 10, they were on their way to daycare. And let me guess, you was in a hurry, you was boggled down, you was sleepy, you was groggy. I guess that's the new line we're gonna be using now for shooting people in their apartments and leaving babies in the backseat of the car. Oh, I was groggy, I was sleepy, I was disoriented, I got a phone call, Donald Trump called me, I was busy, I was in a business meeting. Ain't nobody trying to hear all that. Those are your kids. You brought them here. We're assuming you wanted them here. So how are you going to explain that you forgot not one baby in the back seat of a car, but you forgot two? Two babies who weren't even a year old. You forgot two of them in the back seat of the car. By the grace of God, the little girl lived, but the baby boy, he perished. I'm sick of this. You keep hearing these stupid stories every time summertime comes around. Every year, you hear the same story. Somewhere in America, some trifling bat heathen has left their child in the car. Well, I'm going to tell you what I think. I think a lot of you people are tired of your kids. You're tired of toting them around. You're tired of being bothered with them. So you leave them in the car because you don't want to carry them around while you're shopping at Ross, in the grocery store, Kroger, whatever. They take up too much of your time. They want to touch and fiddle faddle with everything. They want to put stuff in the buggy. They want to run amok. But that's what kids do. That's what babies and toddlers do. They run amok because they don't know any better. They cry because they can't talk. If you ever talk to your doctor, he will tell you that. Babies cry because they can't talk and tell you what they want and what they need. Ding! So This is ridiculous. And this looks bad on his part because it was 2 babies. So somebody going to say, well, okay, forgetting one is one thing, but you forgot 2 babies? So you going to tell me 2 babies were sitting in that car quiet and sleep? Or was it that you didn't have daycare? You couldn't afford daycare. So you decided to what? Leave them in the car? And you thought they would what? Survive? With the windows rolled up? In 90-degree heat? And for those of you who do not live in the South, you do not know that it's not just hot here. It is humid here in the South. It's not like Arizona. It's not like the desert where the heat is dry. We have humidity that will knock your socks off and take your breath away. Which is what happened to them babies. But see, they didn't have that luxury of being outside in the heat. They were sitting in a car with the windows rolled up and they stinking father inside the dealership doing God knows what. Because like I said, both articles that I read didn't state if he was visiting or that he worked. I'm going to go with the assumption that he worked there, considering nobody's going to be on a car lot 3 hours at 8 something in the morning looking at no car. You a foul brother. In that corner, you should keep your mouth closed, Pat Brown. Because for you to say there was a parent accident, what are you speaking on? You speaking on the fact that you didn't see any bruises or abrasions or lesions on the children that looked like they could have been abused. Just that one perished in the heat. That's all you can say. But you can't speak for the mind of that father that left his children there. So you should be quiet. Yeah, just speak on the fact that they died from heat exposure inside of a vehicle. That's all you can say. But you surely cannot speak for the mind of that trifling man who left them babies in that car. And frankly, I'm getting tired of hearing that these were just accidents. Because that was a version that was given about a month or so ago for a child that perished in a car here in Tennessee, in Knoxville, that was left in a car at the grocery store. Okay. Why are you leaving a baby in a car in the first place? A child toddler. Okay? You don't roll the windows up on anyone in a car. I don't care if they're grown. You don't leave them in the car with the windows rolled up. And a grown person definitely ain't stupid enough to sit in a car with the window rolled up for what? You people are pitiful and trifling. And I'm going to tell you, I believe he didn't want to be bothered with his children. He no longer wanted to parent and rear and be responsible for his children. And that's my take. And that's my take on a lot of these people who have left their children in the car. I feel they have left their kids in the car deliberately, and they're hoping that the state, the police department, will find them not guilty of neglect. That's what I believe. That they used the excuse, oh, I forgot. But you see, you can't tell somebody that you forgot your child, because once you put the child in the car, it is hard for me or any person with some sense to believe that you forgot that you have them in the car and that you got out of your car and forgot that they are in the back seat of the car. Because you went in to shop and you still didn't notice that you left a child in the back seat. It's a bunch of bull and you know it. And I'm done with this subject. Show enough. Prayers for the little girl who perished. I feel sorry for the other child who survived, because the fact, if the state is letting he, his wife, whomever raised that second child, I'm very leery that she don't end up in some horrible accident. You get my drift. Stay safe, America, and I'll be back with another video soon. Bye-bye.